Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Raya, and I make videos every week on self-love and conscious living. And this week, I'm going to share with you 10 tips to help you relax and reduce stress. I know this year has been incredibly stressful for most of us, but really one of the best things we can do to stay physically healthy is to stay relaxed and calm and reduce our stress as much as possible. I personally tend to stress out very easily, and these tips that I'm about to share with you have really made a huge difference for me, so I hope that they can help you too. Also, huge thank you to Bustle and Natural Vitality Calm for sponsoring this video, and I will tell you a little bit more about them later on. The first tip I have for you is the most simple and most accessible, and it's absolutely free. It is to breathe and to breathe deeply. When we're most stressed out, we start to breathe really shallow. If you think of someone having a panic attack, the way that they breathe is like right? And that is sending stress signals to our brain that we are in danger, we need to get as much oxygen as possible, we need to pump our adrenaline and to escape the lion that is chasing us. That's really how our biology is built. But if we take the time to breathe, just like that, deep and long, then we're sending the message to our brain that everything's okay. We have the time to take a long, deep breath. There's no lions chasing us and everything is okay. So just a simple switch like that, just taking a moment to breathe, will really send those signals to your brain and relax your whole body. Also, if you count as you breathe, then you are basically pausing your thoughts because you're thinking about counting, so you can't really be thinking about anything else. And one good breath that you could try is the 4-7-8 breath, where you inhale for 4, hold it for 7, and then exhale for 8. So just like this. I don't know about you, but honestly, I feel so much more relaxed. And if you want to just do that 3 or 4 times, anytime that you're feeling stressed, it will literally take you 1 or 2 minutes, but it will completely change your state. The second tip I have for you is to go for a walk, and moving your body feels so good, especially since so many of us have been spending a lot more time indoors lately. I love to go for walks every day, and I will either listen to an audiobook or a podcast, or if I really want to shut off and really relax, I won't bring my phone at all, and I'll just be present and enjoy what I'm doing, and I'll really notice all the little things, like just walking around my neighborhood when I've walked these same streets so many times. If I don't bring my phone with me, I'm so present and I find these beautiful flowers everywhere and just little details that I would have missed otherwise. A bonus here as well would be to walk with a pet, and I get to borrow our roommate's dog and take him on walks sometimes, and it's so nice. I mean, just being around animals brings so much joy anyway, and it just gets me out of my head. The third tip I have for you is something that actually Louis introduced me to. I don't know if he made it up or if he read it somewhere or heard it somewhere, but basically it's this exercise that we do, sometimes alone, sometimes together, where we will close our eyes and just imagine that everything that's stressing us out, that we're worrying about, is solved. So we take turns to do this, and we make sure it's important not to just say it, but to really feel it in your body. What would it feel like if what you were saying is actually true? So for example, some of the things that I said last time were, my inbox is at 0, I have no emails, no one is waiting for a response from me. And honestly, as I'm saying it, I can just feel like my shoulders go down and I just relax knowing that that isn't like nagging me in my brain anymore. Or I'll say something like, my mom gets out of surgery and everything went well and she's up on her feet a couple days later. I said this too last time we did this exercise, and she went through the surgery and she's doing great now, but it was something that was worrying me before, and just in that moment having that exercise, going back and forth, and just it feels like you're releasing all these things that you're carrying on your shoulders. And also when you feel something, like when you say that something is completed or done or it's gone well and you feel it in your body, you're actually much more likely to make it happen. So there you go, a little extra manifestation tip in there as well. My fourth tip is a game changer. It is to take a magnesium supplement. And honestly, one reason why you might be feeling stressed out that you haven't even really thought about is that you don't have enough magnesium in your body. Some of the benefits of Natural Vitality Calm is that it reduces stress, releases tension, and relax your muscles. And really, you can feel that happening. You've probably heard about the importance of calcium, and many of you probably even take calcium supplements, but how many of you are taking magnesium supplements? Because something that I didn't know either, and a lot of you probably don't know, is magnesium and calcium are like two sides of a coin, and calcium will help you get excited, get your nerves excited, while magnesium helps calm them down. So if you have too much calcium in your body, then your nerves are getting overexcited and you don't have enough magnesium to help calm them down. How I take it is by first activating the powder in about 2 to 3 ounces of hot water, and once the fizzing has stopped, I add it to a juice, smoothie, or tea. You can add it directly to cold drinks too, but it will take a little bit longer to activate, so I'd wait at least 15 minutes before drinking it. Also, I got this bottle of Natural Vitality Calm in my Bustle Wellness box, so I thought I'd show you what else I got. First up is this Matcha Moringa Elixir Blend. I love matcha already, and this has a ton of incredible ingredients as well as the matcha, which are so good for you. Next up is this e.l.f. CBD Moisturizer, and if you haven't really tried CBD before but you've been interested, a moisturizer is a really great way to try it out. Next up is this heating patch for menstrual cramps, and I get really bad cramps every month, so I'm excited to see how this works. Next up is this ginger and neroli body wash, and this smells so good. It will actually make your bathroom smell like a spa. There's also this moisturizing hand sanitizer, and obviously a lot of us have been using a lot more hand sanitizer than usual, so having one that is actually moisturizing is going to make such a big difference. This I'm so excited for. It is an effective hormone-free birth control, and it basically works by you take your temperature and then it tells you where you are in your cycle depending on your body temperature. I've wanted to try one of these for years, so yeah, I'm really excited to try this. And then last but not least, we've got the Foundation Daily Supplement Packs. So this is what the pack looks like. It has all of these different amazing supplements. They're all plant-based as well, which is great. Even the packet is made from regenerated plant fibers, so that is so amazing. Oh, and actually lastly are some leggings, which I'm wearing right now, which are so comfortable. They're by Aerie, and I've been wearing them all day, and it kind of feels like I'm not wearing anything. I love when leggings just fit so well. The fifth tip I have to help you feel calm and reduce stress is to unplug. Put your phone on airplane mode, leave it in the other room, close down your laptop, and just try not looking at screens. Not only will it help your eyes relax, but your whole body will relax. We are expected to be reachable 24/7 now, and if you don't reply to a message within like an hour or even less, like 10-15 minutes, people start worrying about where you are, why you're not replying to them, which is crazy because if you remember back in the day, we used to put away messages on because we would say, you know, going outside, so I'm not on my computer, so I'm away now. But because we have our phones with us at all times, we are always on and connected. Really, nothing is that urgent and everything can wait 10 minutes or an hour or 2 hours. So try it with me and let's try to unplug and look at screens a little bit less. Ooh, a little bonus tip here as well is to turn off notifications on your phone. At least for me, the only notifications I have on are for messages, but I turned off all the notifications from my social media. Those are definitely like the least urgent thing, and only turn ones on if there's something that you really don't want to miss. The next tip I have for you is to spend some time in nature. And there's so many studies out there on what being in nature does to our nervous system, how it helps us relax. Some of you maybe even live in nature and maybe know what I'm talking about, just going outside and looking out and listening to the birds and breathing in the fresh air, going on a hike. It all makes such a difference. I personally live in a city, so I have to consciously choose to spend time in nature and go out of my way, go drive somewhere to a hike or something, but I really try to do that as much as I can because if I've been in the city too long, I can really notice how much more stressed out I get. So if you also live in a city or somewhere that doesn't have direct access to nature, then please make an effort to go into nature as often as you can. Also, if you do live in a city and you can't get into nature as much as you would like, something that I've done, which you can probably see around me, is we have filled our room with plants, and basically our whole house with plants, but especially our room. If I close the door in our room and I close the window so I can't hear the cars anymore, then I just look at the plants. Sometimes I'll even put on like nature sounds so I can actually feel like I'm outside in nature, and I can just look at all the plants and they bring me so much joy. Tip number 7 is to clean your space and to make it feel welcoming and organized, because having a messy home will automatically stress you out. Again, there are so many studies here on what a difference it makes just to have an organized, uncluttered, clean space. You don't have to do a massive, deep clean if you're trying to relax. I mean, some people find it really relaxing, other people don't. But even if you can just put some things away, like if you have a lot of things out on your desk or on your dresser or something, just putting things in drawer, putting things back in their place, and having just what your eye can see look organized and clean, Honestly, again, that will make such a big difference. My next tip is to do some stretching or Yin Yoga. If you don't know what Yin Yoga is, it's basically like a much slower type of yoga where you're doing one pose and holding it for a few minutes, sometimes several minutes. And what that does is it allows you to have a super deep stretch. I love doing Yin Yoga. I mean, any time of day really, but especially before bed, you're basically doing like really long opening stretches and it feels so good. But if there's a moment that you're feeling stressed, just taking the time to stand up, stretch, and just move your body a little bit, whatever that looks like to you. Tip number 9 is to eat slowly and mindfully. And this is something that I have to remind myself of all the time because I tend to eat in front of my computer, whether I'm still working, I'm editing, or even if I'm watching something. I like to be able to watch something while I'm eating to help me relax, but I know that it's not helping me really relax because I'm trying to do too many things at once, and it's also not helping me enjoy my meal. I notice that I tend to overeat and I tend to not really taste the food as well as I know that I could if I'm doing something at the same time. So just taking a moment to enjoy a meal, eat it really slowly, like taste all the flavors within the meal. And again, it will help your body just slow down and feel more calm. And last but certainly not least, I'd recommend that you write whatever that looks like to you, whether you want to call it journaling or if that word kind of stresses you out, just write whatever is on your mind, whatever you want to write. Just getting things out of your head and onto paper can help you feel so much more relaxed. And recently I've gotten into journaling as well. I shared it in one of my last videos, but I used to be so hard on myself that I had to journal perfectly, whatever that meant, but I would be so hard on myself if I skipped a day or if I like crossed stuff out and it didn't look good. And now I've just released all expectations and I just write whatever I want, whether it's a poem or like a diary entry or whatever it is I'm feeling that day. It just feels so good to be able to write it out. And that is it. Those are my 10 tips to help you feel more relaxed and calm and to reduce stress. And most of these you could do every single day, but you could also keep them in mind in the moment when you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed. Remember to breathe or to stretch or to go for a walk or any of these things really. If you have any more tips or things that you do to help you relax, please leave them in the comments down below. I can't wait to read all your comments and suggestions and to try out some of your recommendations. Thank you again to Bustle and Natural Vitality Calm for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Mwah. Bye!